What's up, guys? It is Mike from Alter Reality Games. We're sitting here with another one of our semifinalists for our Pokemon Invitational, first ever. Why don't you introduce yourself to the guys?
Hey there, I'm Nathan Brower. I'm from Roswell, Georgia, and I'm part of the competitive team, the Monstars.
Nice, nice. How long has the team been around for?
For about a couple years now.
Nice. Got any other titles under your belt yet? Or
yeah, you know, I've won a regional several years back, and I got second at Florida a year back.
Nice, nice. What formats? Standard or expanded?
I'll see. The second at Florida was expanded.
Nice, nice. All right, well, let's get into this deck we got today.
Oh, yeah. Well, this
So
is
what are we playing?
Yveltal Garbodor. So,
Nice.
of course, you got your Yveltal EX. He's pretty good. He has Evil Ball, which will do 20 damage for each energy attached to both actives with 20 base. So what you want to do is use Evil Ball if they have a lot of energy, or use Y Cyclone, which moves an energy from your guy to your bench guy, so you can conserve the energy. It is really good. It's a solid attacker. Then you got the other Yveltal. Fright Knight will shut off all the tools in play as long as he's active. And then as a second attack there, we'll do 60 damage to the active, and then 60 to a benched Pokemon EX. So this is pretty useful against like stuff like Rayquaza. You can bring things active and then do 60 and then soften up Mega EXs on the bench for your bigger Yveltal to clean him up later, right?
Easy Shaman knockouts. Too.
Exactly, yeah, and Shaman knockouts. And then you got the Garbodor, which will shut off all abilities in play as long as he has a Pokemon tool card attached to it. This is great against stuff like Volcanion or Greninja, or really anything that relies on abilities. It does, however, shut off your Fright Knight, so you got to be aware of that. So when this is in play with the tool, all your flow stones suddenly work, as long as it's active, right? But anyway, and then of course Shaman. It's a pretty standard card in a lot of decks.
Any reason why just two?
I mean, you play Garbodor, so really, I mean, an argument could be made for only one since you play Garbodor. I like two because it's pretty consistent. You're going to be able to find it turn one. If it's prized, it's pretty bad.
Nice.
You know. So that's the Pokemon. And in terms of trainers, it's just really straightforward and standard, just like the Pokemon. You got four Sycamore. Again, pretty standard. Discard your hand, draw 7. 2N. Each player shuffles their hand in their deck and then draws a number of cards equal to their prizes. And then you got 2 Lysander, which is a very important card in this format. It'll drag a bench Pokemon of your opponents to the active spot. Pokemon Simulator, which will heal any Pokemon in play by 60 damage, which is very useful against stuff like Greninja in the Mirror match. Because in the Mirror, they're going to want to use their Fright Knight to soften up your Yveltals. So if you can heal that damage off, that'll give you a big advantage. And then you got Flare Grunt, which is just, it's really useful. It can strand things active. So like, you also play Enhanced Hammer, which we'll get to in a second, but you can like, in the Mirror, if they're using Fright Knight, you can strand them active by getting rid of the double colorless and the dark energy it takes to attack. And it's hard for them to retreat it. Just plays like that. And then Delinquent as well. This is a good card. It discards a Stadium card in play, and then your opponent discards 3 cards from their hand. So obviously if they only have 3 cards in their hand, you know, they have no more hand, right? But it's also useful because it discards a Stadium. You play Parallel City, which is probably the most common Stadium card right now. And if your opponent plays it first, they'll get to put it in the direction that they want to put it. So with Delinquent, you can discard it and then put your Parallel City down in the direction that you want. And then of course 4 versus Seeker. Pretty standard. 4 Ultra Ball again, pretty standard. Max Elixir, it accelerates energy from your deck. You look at the top 6 cards of your deck, and you grab a basic energy you find there, and you put it on one of your bench basic Pokemon. And that's very useful for setting up Fright Knight turn 1 or getting a big Yveltal going. And then Trainer's Mail. A lot of lists recently have been opting to drop Trainer's Mail. I wanted to keep it because I really like consistency. I don't know, I just like consistent decks. And then 3 Fighting Fury Belt. These give plus 40 HP to your basic Pokemon, and they also do 10 more damage. It's actually pretty relevant in my match against Grant Manley. It allowed Y Cyclone to one-shot and Zebstrika, and then move the energy to the bench so I could conserve it. It was pretty clutch. And then 3 Floatstone. This is what you want to put on Garbodor to give him free retreat and also activate his ability Garbotoxin. And then again, there's the Parallel City I was talking about. This is good against stuff like Rayquaza. If you want to limit their bench so they can't knock your guys out or good against Rainbow Road and really anything. Today is interesting enough. I never played it with the blue side facing my opponent. Now, the blue side is what limits their bench. I played the red side towards my opponent the entire day because it limits Greninja's and Vesper Queen's damage. And that's pretty much all I faced all day. And then 2 Enhanced Hammer. It's a really good card. I mean, it is a little, in theory, counterintuitive to Yveltal's Evil Ball math, but it's still a really good utility to have. And then, of course, 4 double colorless powers up all your attacks because they pretty much all take DCs. I mean, even Shaman takes a double colorless. And then 9 dark energy. You want 9. It's a pretty high number, so you can hit your max elixirs and get your energy in play.
Nice. So what are some of your reasons for picking this deck to bring to the event?
So this deck is probably the best deck in format right now. It was pretty countered today, but like in London it did very well. There was it won. It's just a very consistent deck, and it has very even matchups across the board. And I figured the attendance today would be pretty small, so I didn't want to like go out trying to counter things. I wanted to play the most consistent deck with the most even matchups I possibly could, because I wasn't sure like what people were going to play or whatever. So I went with the safest choice, and this, in my opinion, is the safest choice.
Nice. Any changes you might want to make after getting to play it throughout the day? Things
Honestly,
that might not work well?
Honestly, no. I think the list was really good.
Nice.
I liked it a lot.
What were some of your matchups today?
So I had a round 1 bye, because I got second place at Charlotte, ARG. And then, let's see, the next round I faced Greninja, and that was a really close matchup. And then the next round I faced John Orgel, which he was playing the Mega Mewtwo, which is actually a pretty bad matchup. I thought it was going to be okay because you can Fright Knight and slow him down, you can shut off the Spirit Links, but they just outdamage you. It's probably closer than I'm realizing because the draws weren't exactly optimal. I'd be interested to test that matchup more. And then I faced another Greninja, which again was very close. Both Greninja matchups were very, very close matchups. They played max potions and enhanced hammers and stuff, everything to beat the Yveltal matchup specifically. So it was very difficult. And then, so that was 4. And then the 5th round I faced Grant Manley, and he ID'd with me, which was an intentional draw, so we both made top 4. And then we faced again in top 4, and then he beat me. So.
Nice. Have a good time in Florida this weekend?
Yeah, for sure.
Been anywhere, or you plan on going anywhere?
No, we just came down yesterday, and then we're gonna head down tonight actually. So
oh, nice.
Head back tonight.
Plan on going to more ARGs in the future?
Probably, yeah. If they're close, for sure.
Sweet. Any shout outs you want to give? Any plugs you want to make?
Definitely to my competitive team, the Monstars. They have really been a help in testing and really just evaluating the metagame, and they're the best.
All right, cool. Well, you guys, you saw it here. Thank you for coming out, as always. You guys know what to do. Make sure to subscribe, hit like if you want to see more of these videos, and always remember to play hard or go home.